European Union, a global, political and economic union of 27 member states with an estimated population of more than 500 million. Where is the future, or what is the right road for better EU? The UK exit or the Brexit from the EU has brought fear to the future of Europe. The fear of more exiters sparks the debate for the future of European Union. Michael Barnier, a former Vice President of the European Commission and currently EU Chief Negotiator for Brexit, in his article "The Future is Up to Us," appointed 4 areas where EU should go in the future. Green Europe, then the need to control the EU borders and deal with the challenges of migration. As third is European security and European forces, and fourth but not the last, to build an economy that serves everyone. He said, "Here are still around 17 million unemployed people in Europe, including 35% of more of young people in Italy, Greece and Spain." And he is right. Not just the employment, but also the number of people living under the poverty line has dramatically increased since 2009. Between 2007 and 2013, the proportion of all young people aged 15 to 29 years not in employment in EU increased from 13.2 to reach 15.9%. If you add Macedonian youth, well, it will not significantly change the figure, but the problem of employment remains. Like in EU, one of the biggest Macedonian problem is youth unemployment. We are not the member state of EU, but we feel the consequences. In 2015, over 500,000 Macedonian citizens lived outside the Republic of Macedonia, which is almost 20% of the total population. These are the data of the International Organization for Migration. In addition, with the region, the percentage is only higher in Bosnia and Albania, figures similar to those in Syria, where there is a military conflict. The study of the Friedrich Ebert Foundations showed that 53% of young people want to leave the country. Departure options are applications for a work visa or for a permanent residence permit. Half of active young people are unemployed. It is twice as much as the general rate of unemployment of the population. In Macedonia, the young people are waiting for up to 4 years for their first employment. Wages are low and often the conditions are incorrect. The World Bank announced that by 2013, 600,000 people had migrated from Macedonia, and according to the Statistical Office of Eurostat, in the period from 1998 to 2011, more than 230,000 young people left Macedonia. It is only for citizens who have legally regulated their stay abroad. It can be assumed that the real number, with those who work in black market without the necessary documents, is much bigger. Some data say that as many as 50% of our engineers are leaving immediately after completing their studies. No future, no career. It is the first reason why they want to go.
I am a student of electrical engineering in the renewable energy source sector. My vision of Europe is electricity, the base of everything, from energy to money. The era of electricity as the main universal form of energy produced in any possible way is coming. A single standard will be implemented. The most famous one is renewable energy to be transformed into electricity. And that's why I hope that Europe and my country will open more jobs and more vocations for my greater career advancement. I think the future of Europe must belong to the young people. Opening of the new working places must be priority. Without young people, there is no future for Europe.
Open borders within the EU are an amazing privilege. Unrestricted travel make it so much easier to learn about the EU. And if we add the Erasmus program, many students from Macedonia find their future in EU, following their heart for better life.
Erasmus Plus програмата за наредната година има доделено 60 месеца за студии и 30 месеца за пракса и околу 600.000 евра, каде што ќе бидат наменети токму за искористување нова програма за милионосите на студентите. Университетот Гоце Делчев во Штип има 250 interinstitutional agreement, тоа се 250 универзитети каде што студентите ќе можат да заминат, да изберат и да го поминат своето Erasmus Plus искуство во некој од тие институции.
And once we're in EU, many feel no need to go back. European Union offers more in education, but in further career.
Поминав 6 месеци во Шпанија, односно во Картагена. Имав едно преубаво искуство каде што сите беа расположени да ми помогнат, каде што сите беа и професори спремни да излезат во пресред за било која препрека што ја имам. И едноставно имав едно преубаво искуство каде што стекнав доста и пријатели и доста напредував на едукативен план.
Hi, my name is Teodora Georgieva and I'm 17 years old. I'm a high school student. Last year I participated in an Erasmus project in Latvia and had an opportunity to see from closer a country that is already in the European Union and how people live there. Being abroad as a tourist is completely different from being abroad as an exchange student. It does not feel that way, it's different. I came back different and better person. I learned new things, become better team worker and explored new places. By spending time in Latvia, I increased my curiosity about other cultures. After all, making young people fall in love with each other's countries and cultures is one of the Erasmus wonders. I hope that the European Union will vote again for the Erasmus program in 2020.
Although young people appreciate the connection and interdependence of European member states, they are aware of its dangers too. They know that the instability of one government affects all EU members, and they are especially worried about smaller or unstable nations losing their voice. Some can say that Macedonian students don't understand politics, but they feel the difference between old and new member states when it comes to reality in the EU institutions. That is an issue for future of Europe too.
I see the future of the European Union in greater equality between the old and new members of the Union. Of course, I see our state side by side with the member states of European Union. I also see the newly entered members, how they walk equally alongside the founders of the Union. There are a large gap between West and East members of European Union. I can see every day on the news or on internet about disagreement between Germany and Hungary or other former communist country. I feel that some of the founder countries of European Union like France or Germany want to have the main word in European Union. This is not equality. In the future, European Union must work harder or hearing new members, and that includes Macedonia.
I think there is disagreement among the members of the Union. In the future, I see how Europe puts European Union's policy in the first plan and how they share problems and solutions together. Some member states do more, some do less. A typical example is the migration crisis. Because of different opinions, one of the countries, UK, United Kingdom, left the EU. And even now, there is no universal EU policy on this issue, and some member states prefer their borders and protection over Europe as a union. I am young, but I see the difference.
Europe symbolizes unity and connection. Young people say that their past, present and future are directly entangled with the other Europeans. But there is frustration as well. On the official website of European Commission was published a white paper on the future of Europe with 5 scenarios. These 5 scenarios offer a glimpse into the potential future state of the Union, depending on the choices Europe will make. The first one is named Carrying On. It focuses on delivering its positive reform agenda. Second, Nothing but the single market, and the EU is gradually re-centered on the single market. The third option is Those who want more do more. The EU allows the willing member states to do more together in specific areas. Fourth, doing less but more efficiently. It focuses on delivering more and faster in selected policy areas while doing less elsewhere. And fifth, doing much more together, which means member states decide to do much more together across all policy areas.
As we can see, no single word about the main power in society of EU, young people. And it is not imagination, but something that even Youth Council on official Youth Forum see it.
They wrote, as young people and the most pro-European generation, we reject the current reality where political decisions alienate and exclude us from society. The only direction to take is the one where young people are included in its decisions and at the center of its policies. For the future of Europe, we need to listen to the voices of young people. Well, you know how they say here? Светот останува на младите, но за жал со него управуваат постарите. Or, the world remains for the young, but unfortunately, it's managed by the elderly. But there is also an alternative version of European Union.
Excuse me, how you see the future of Europe?
The future of Europe, like a bar with beer for everybody.
Cheers!